Hello, I am Doil Storie. I own Storie Insurance Agency. We are an independent insurance brokerage with 15 years experience and work closely with our DMAR partners. Today I'm going to talk about Home Insurance 101, the basics that you need to know about home insurance as a realtor. Why do we have home insurance? There's a few reasons. One is to help homeowners with the cost of repairing major damage from weather and other events. Another reason is to help them keep their homes if they are sued for injuries to others. And another reason is if they have a mortgage, they are going to be required to have home insurance. So what is covered? Two things, property and liability. Property is covered. The insurance company will reimburse you for the expenses incurred for covered losses to the dwelling structure, separate structures like sheds, fences, gazebos, sidewalks, your personal property, which is everything that you own, and also liability coverage. The insurance company will defend your lawsuit if you are sued for accidental injury to others virtually anywhere in the world. So what damages are covered to your property? Well, wind, hail, falling objects, trees, etc., fire, burst pipes, lightning, vandalism, theft, and many more things are covered in your homeowner's insurance policy. On the liability side, you're covered and the cost of defense is covered for bodily injury, and if added to the policy, personal injury for things like discrimination, harassment, and wrongful eviction if you're a landlord. Another coverage that's important on home insurance is the loss of use coverage, which pays the extra expenses you will incur if your home is not able to be lived in because of a covered cause of loss. So what different types of home insurance policies are there? Well, there's homeowners policies for single-family owner homes. There's renters policies when you're renting a structure and you don't own the structure, so you just have coverage for your contents and liability. There's landlord policies, which are different because they protect the landlords for the dwellings and the property they own and for the liability that they may face as a landlord different than a homeowner, such as being sued for wrongful eviction or harassment. There's condominium and townhouse policies, which only cover the part of the building from the walls in, as well as your contents and your liability. There's vacant dwelling policies, which are a different type of insurance that address the risks associated with vacant dwellings. And there's manufactured home policies for mobile and manufactured homes because their construction styles are quite different. So what is not covered by home insurance? Well, this does vary by the type of policy that you get, but some very common exclusions are flooding. Water coming from the ground into a building is not going to be covered by your home insurance policy. Also, earth movement, shifting, cracking, settling, sinkholes, things like this that can damage your home are not covered by a homeowner's insurance policy. So what should you watch out for in your home insurance policy? Well, you want to watch out for replacement costs versus actual cash value or ACV coverage. Replacement costs will pay to replace your dwelling, your structures, and all of your belongings with items of like kind and quality. ACV means that the amount of payment you get from the insurance company is reduced for the depreciation of the value based on its age. So obviously you want to avoid ACV coverage whenever you can, and most mortgage companies will not accept ACV coverage for their loan requirements. Other things to watch out for are sewer and drain backup coverage. You do not have coverage for damage that would happen to your home if a sewer or drain were to back up unless you specially endorse that onto the policy. Personal injury coverage is important to endorse and add onto your liability coverage so that in addition to bodily injury, you also have coverage for suits against you for harassment, slander, libel, discrimination, etc. Another important thing is to make sure the loss of use coverage to pay your additional living expenses if your home is damaged and being rebuilt. You want that to last for 2 years instead of 1 year. If you have major damage to your home, it's very difficult and often is not repaired in 1 year. So what affects the pricing of your home insurance policy? Well, the age of the home is important. The newer the home, the better the price is going to be. The age of the roof in Colorado is very important and probably the biggest factor in determining the price of your home insurance policy. The furnace and water heater ages, when they were replaced and updated, is also important and can affect the price of your home insurance policy. The type of plumbing and electrical systems are important. Copper is preferred. If you have a home built before the 1980, then you may be looking at things like aluminum wiring and certain older electrical panels that are not acceptable to many insurance companies. It is important to have an inspection and discuss all of these findings in the inspection with your insurance professional. Another thing that affects your pricing of your home insurance policy is the credit scores of the people that are being insured. This is converted into a risk rating that insurance companies use to determine the rating factor and the amount of discounts that people get, which can be large discounts for excellent risk ratings. Another thing that affects your pricing is the city and the neighborhood that you're located in, and this is based on statistics for crime and weather events in particular. So how do I get the best information about a home that one of my clients may be looking to purchase or I may be looking to purchase? We'll talk to a licensed insurance professional about this home, your client's home, and ask them what things need to be considered, what information they need. What information they're going to need is they're going to need to get your personal information, social security numbers, dates of birth, addresses, etc., so that the insurance company can identify and rate you properly. Insurance companies fall under the same laws the banking industry falls under and are required to identify their prospective clients, run a background check on them, and determine their eligibility and desirability for insurance coverage. Another thing that's important is to talk about the dwelling itself, the structure, how it's built, what it's made out of, how big it is the basement finished, what's the quality of the kitchen and the bathrooms and the overall construction, what type of roof does it have. These are all things that your insurance agent will need in order to properly calculate how much to suggest for the reconstruction cost of the dwelling. Another important thing is to talk about the financial situation that you're in. The more assets you have, the bigger your need is for increased liability coverage to help protect them. These are all things that the insurance professional that you're working with needs to know in order to provide the best recommendations for you. I want to thank you for viewing this presentation for basic home insurance and look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.